The first verse is translated, I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, fulfilling all desires in the abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. By the word Cintamoni is meant transcendental gem. Just as Maya builds the mundane universe with the 5 material elements, so the spiritual chit potency has built the spiritual world of transcendental gems. The Cintamoni, which serves as material in the building of the above Supreme Lord's place, Goloka, is a far rarer and more agreeable entity than the philosopher's stone. The purpose tree only, the fruits of piety, wealth, fulfillment of desires and liberation. But the purpose trees in the abode of Krishna bestows innumerable fruits, yielding the fulfillment of desire for oceans of milk in the shape of the 14 love-souring transcendental bliss that take away with the hunger and thirst of all pure devotees. The trees in the abode of Lord Krishna can supply anything desired by the devotees. The devotees residing in the abode of Krishna have not desired to fulfill. Still, there are variegated transcendental desires of the devotees to satisfy their eternal Lord in loving service. In the material world, a tree can supply only the fruits that it can produce, but in the spiritual world, any tree can supply any amount of fruits or any variety of fruits to the aspirant devotee. The second verse is translated, I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who is adept on playing on his flute with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head bedecked with peacock feather, with the figure of beauty tinged with the hue blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of gopis. The matchless beauty of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, or Govinda, is being described. Krishna, the all-pervading cognizant, has the spiritual form of youth. The form of Krishna is not a fanciful creation of imagination, formed after visualizing the beautiful things of the world like the poet or the artist. When Brahma saw in his ecstasy, trance of pure devotion, he is being described. Krishna is engaged in playing upon his flute that attracts the hearts of all living beings. Just as a lotus petal produces a pleasant sight, so the 2 beautiful eyes of Krishna, who causes the manifestation of our spiritual vision, display the unlimited splendor and beauty of his moon-like face. The loveliness that adorns his head with peacock feather is gorgeous. The surrounding feature of the spiritual beauty of Krishna. Just as a mass of blue clouds offer a specifically soothing, pleasant view, the complexion of Krishna is analogously tinged with a spiritual dark blue color. The beauty and loveliness of Krishna is far more enchanting than that of Cupid multiplied a millionfold. The next verse is translated, I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, round whose neck is swing a garland of flowers beautified with moon locket, whose 2 hands are adorned with flute and jewel ornaments, who always reveals in pastimes of love, whose graceful, 3-fold bending form of Samsundar is eternally manifested. In the sloka beginning with Cintamoni, Prakara Sadmasu, the transcendental region and the spiritual names of Govinda, in the sloka beginning with Govinda Adi Purusam Tamahang Bhajami, the eternal beautiful form of Govinda, and in this sloka, the amorous pastimes of Govinda, Pranaya Keli, means the amorous pastimes of Govinda, the embodiment of 64 excellences, have been described. All the spiritual affairs have come within this scope of description, and the narration of the ecstatic mellow qualities or rasa are included in the spiritual amorous order of Govinda. Lord Krishna, Govinda, is always visible with his eternal consort Radharani. This conjugal living pair is called by Narottam Das Thakur as Jugala Pirit. Jugala Pirit means conjugal love. The conjugal love is existing originally in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and that is reflected only in the material world in a perverted form.